Welcome to part 2 of adding multiples of 10. There is a part 1 video. Please make sure you watch it. I will not go into the depth that I went into earlier with all the strategies here, so you may want to go back and watch that. So if we're now moving into adding a multiple of 10 plus a multiple of 10, and we're going to look at adding 50 plus 20. You can see that on the hundreds chart we represented 50 with the Unifix cubes on top. This makes it very concrete for the students. So now I want to add 20. So students would group their Unifix cubes into groups of 10. And so that is 110, which takes me to 60. And then I create another second set of 10, which would take me to 70. So 50 plus 20 is 70. Remember that you can also do this with as you add a multiple of 10 to a 2-digit number. So with 45 plus 30, you could represent 45, and then they could add 3 tens, and they can work on decomposing that 10, the tens to make them from 45 to 50. They can do that because they've learned that skill earlier within the year as well. So now we're going to continue and move through the different strategies using a 2-digit number plus a multiple of 10. So we're going to represent first 45. So I've got 4 tens and 5 ones. And I like to set these up, like I said earlier, kind of in a 10 frame model with a 5 on the top, and if I added more, I'd add it down below. So now I'm going to add 30. So that one, I'm going to add it to my tens side. So that would make it 55, 65, 75 as I add 3 of those tens. Now, once they have that 10ness, you can move into the using the base 10 blocks. So you can see I've got 45 represented. Once again, trying to keep that as in the order of a 10 frame for organization. And I would add 3 tens, so that would be 50, 60, 75, 45 plus 30. Now, moving in, like we said in the last video, keep trying to move this into a pictorial model with the 10 frames. This is really great from the connection from kindergarten. If you have some that are struggling, this might be a strategy you could pull and work with students with. So I've represented 45. If I add another set of 10, then I can see that that would give me 55. That's only one set, so I need a second set, which would give me 65, and a third set that would give me 75. Now, eventually students need to be drawing this on their own. So I would have 45, so I'm going to represent that with a stick. And then I want my 5 ones, like I said, to keep them kind of organized like a 10 frame. And I'm going to add 3 tens. That's going to be 1 10, my second 10, my third 10, and I can see 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75 would be my sum. And then we also want to make sure that students also see it not only written horizontally but vertically. Once again, though, it's not about them just lining them up and doing the algorithm. That is not taught till 4th grade. So it's using the different strategies. I could imagine 45 on a hundreds chart, and I know I'm going to add 3 tens, which I'm going to move down 3 times, which would be 55, 65, 75. So then I would write 75. Another way that students may think of this is they could draw their own base 10 blocks. And then I'm going to add 3 tens. And then I can see that that would give me a sum of 75.